Good morning, welcome to Satsang. Where I am, where I is before any emerging of qualities, I am you, I am everything. It gives an experience, a glimpse of one unseparation, I would say, with everything. Better than to say I am one with you. I am, because there is no I and you here, so everything is me. So that experience shows the basic quality of what is of the background of everybody. And that is available for everybody, just now. Just hear that. Don't attach any quality, concept, idea, experience you had to it. It is natural. And then from here, of course, all experiences, all emergencies are seen, are experienced. And there is differentiation, separations, and eventually it's opposite sometimes. If you want to add anything or to remove anything from here, you just tell or express whatever is in your mind about it, or inspire me by your own saying, because it's available just now. Why should I be the only one to express it, even though I know the expression is not it? Yet it can express itself in a very direct way, and then you forget about it. That's why it cannot be a teaching. A teaching is something you can learn and repeat and try to apply. Here is too alive to be caught.
Bon dia.
Bon dia.
You are beautiful.
You too.
I was again 3 weeks at the mental health hospital, and I just came back 3 days ago.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you. And I was wanting to ask you how to find the space. Like, I live alone on my space, and when I'm alone, I push everybody away, and then I feel the I. But then I feel loneliness. How to find the balance between loneliness and being with other people.
Don't push.
Don't push away people. But then I don't feel who I am in a way.
Maybe you will.
Because if I melt with other people, the I that I...
You may not melt. They remain others.
There is a song in French about a book that you have to become everything: the warrior, the defender, the protector, the
No, no, no,
healer.
I don't agree. You have not to become. They are what I am.
So you are in front of me, and you are me inside me also, no?
No. These are experiences, Advaitic experiences, but you see, experiences show only aspects. And so they will be, you cannot take, oh, it is like this. You can have experience of something else than only objective world. And then you may say, oh yes, I'm one with the tree today. Or I'm one with this
And it's just
beautiful
today.
man or woman. Yeah, just now. But they are experiences and they don't express well.
Like this, like a snap, no?
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, quite. This oneness is absolutely new Advaitist. It's not, it is not it. You speak of two and one, and so of one when you have an experience of melting or something. But I remain. And Advaita is what? It's just to see that your background is not even belonging to I. So, yes.
I just felt to come forward. And I heard recently somebody say, or like a quote, that the only reason why there's still
What?
like I heard a
Yeah,
quote
yeah,
that
but what good?
it kind of touched or something. It was the only reason there is still suffering is...
I don't hear the beginning of the quote.
Whoa. The only reason
Okay.
why there is this suffering still is because I believe that there is a me that is a separate entity.
Yeah. And what you do with that then?
Enjoy it.
Enjoy the suffering.
No, no. But it opens some sort of spaciousness in me. But
Yeah,
it is
but the
also
spaciousness belongs to I as much as the suffering. Nothing has been solved. It is just a good pill for a while, a good substance, a good experience, which is opposite of suffering. But it doesn't solve anything.
No.
Then you are still running after experiences, nothing wrong, but then no, you will still search. Or you really want to solve, but what creates, what is the belief that I am me, which creates the whole thing. But then, you see, it is not to give to me a better experience, it is to question, am I me? What do I mean by that? Did that quote bring you here to question what it means, me?
Yes.
Yes? Show me then. What does it bring? What is meant by me? Tell me, I am interested.
Well, there is like a space holding every...
Me! I want to know what you mean by me, because if you don't know, you cannot question it. And now you speak again of qualities or of sleeping pills to make you quiet. Tell me, what is me? What do you mean by me? That's the problem. The quote doesn't allow you to question who am I? What is me? Oh, me, yes, I mean this, I mean this, I mean this, and so on. Yes. So, no use, no use. It's sleeping pills. It will give you good experience, and you don't solve anything. You can still like it, okay, but it doesn't solve this problem, this. But who am I? What is reality? What do the sage speak about? And it doesn't matter. It's not an obligation also to be interested by that. Speak to me now. Speak.
I see that it was just a nice experience to experience this vastness that I saw to be me.
I'm happy you are honest. So now you can say yourself, it brings me to another experience, vaster. Okay, nothing wrong. I have this beautiful experience. Do you know who am I? No, because you are fascinated or believing that this aspect of me is more real than the other. And so that you solve the question, who am I? That is the problem. Yeah? Yeah, no, I don't want that you agree simply. Okay. So doesn't matter. Now you know. You know what to do.
Yes.
Or simply, you are it already, you see, so don't do anything. Yeah.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
Hi. When you speak about this, there is something that comes to me,
Yeah.
and it feels like I'm nothing yet everything.
Yeah. I like it. It can be. No, don't make it a base. That okay.
It's I know my body is not me.
Yeah.
It's an instrument
Yeah.
from the self,
Yeah.
expressing.
Sure.
So I leave everything to life to unfold as it is.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, my voice is not the greatest one today. There is a part that even though I'm still aware that the I is beyond the character of Daniela, sometimes it feels that the exterior experience it really pulled the character to be the protagonist of the movie and to fully engage in the movie and to try to fight against the movie. And that is the sensation or the belief that it has to be an acceptance of the happening, but then a lot of like resistance towards that.
That's an attitude, a good attitude, let's say, in life. It has nothing to do with the search of what is. It's an attitude in life.
But is it on the experience itself, the trial to keep being on the me, on the beside the character, part of the process?
Yeah, but the thing is, you will never find who you really are in the movie. Or if you find it, there are experiences of, which is part of the movie. So you just have to. So there is no attitude, special attitude, which will help in any way to realize who I am. It's good maybe for the movie, no doubt, but that's another question. Yeah? Now, you want to know what is this background, what is your real nature, in fact. But from where you see all this movie, since it will not be found or realized in the movie, don't be fascinated just for a moment by whatever happens in the movie. It is from where you can see those things that you are. That is the background. Nothing to do with some appearance in the movie. Otherwise, we fall again and again in experiences.
I understand. And when the character is fully engaged in the movie, the background disappears 100%.
Yeah.
Well, the idea
This
of
is
the background
movie?
disappears.
This is the movie?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't call it a movie, isn't it? This is the movie. The movie will not change much. You can add these portions because you were a seeker and then probably an experiencer and a finder of something else. You can add that in your movie, but it's still a movie. I am that which allows all this to appear and disappear. And all what appears is already that. It's not because you have a better attitude to live life or so that it is more that. It's already that. Otherwise, it would not appear. Some people are wise because they know themselves. Some people are wise in the life. They have a nice way to look at things, but they may not be freed or liberated from the belief that this is real. Some people realize themselves and they are wise in the life, extremely rare case. And some people, they realize themselves and they are not wise in their life, and still they are realized. You see that sentence, I am that. Actually, it's not a sentence to work with, because because otherwise you put that in the work of the seeker in the movie, and you will have some result in the movie, which will be fake or temporary at least. So, I am that is just a sudden possibility to take it. Just take it. And so you cannot work on that, you see. You just have to want so much to be liberated that you don't want to save or keep any belief or experience.
The character is still going to be seeking for experiences inside the movie still.
Can be, sure. In this movie, always everybody prefers to be happy anyway. So.
Yeah, I like the metaphor with the movie, because when I'm in depression, I think I'm a passive actor, and when I'm in a mania phase, I'm an active actor, but it's in a way, I'm a puppet from the aliens playing with me, so in a way I'm stuck, or I'm a passive.
But they are in the movie also, the aliens. Huh?
The aliens are in the movie also?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. But I'm stuck.
In your movie.
Sorry?
They are in your movie. Everybody has a different movie.
So, and there is several movies, or there is one movie?
It's okay. In Satsang, try not to think so much, because you already think a lot. So
That's true.
give a rest.
I need pills for this.
Yeah, give a rest. You are allowed to.
Thank you.
Hi, Ganga. I would like to ask you to completely crush me.
Why do you believe that me is all the time there? Why do you give like an eternity to this belief? When you sleep, you see, where is your me? In the waking state, it's what you know about you, with all the experiences, thinking and feelings, yeah? And sensing. Yeah? This is me, no?
Yes.
Yeah. See, this is the waking state and dream state, okay. What about the sleep state?
It's not there.
It's not there. We say it sleeps. It's not there. So what's there? What could be there?
I mean, in the sleep state, there's nothing.
You say that when you wake up. So I mean to say that this me is very temporary. It's in time. It's in time. And as long as you have a strict notion of time, it will fix me from birth to death. But actually, every day you experience that you are without putting yourself necessarily in time. So to crush the me, I don't need to crush it. You just have to see in this apparent world, that's how I exist, that's my shape. In beingness, in what is, which is always here, that's what I am. And as a me, that's how I became with birth. Of course, for that you have not to think, because the thinking is time, so it will again bring something, some answer in time. Just allow yourself, even for a second, to not to think. Just to be sure, or when I am not thinking, there is. I am. So where are you now? Trying to figure out what I say.
I'm not trying to figure out what you're
Okay,
saying.
so where are you? Something is going on or not? Okay.
Going to sensations and
Yeah,
and
okay.
then
Okay, but you see it. You see it. So if you mention that, you speak about the one who appeared, the one I am identified with my birth, by birth. Yeah? I don't speak of who I am, but I can see all that because I am.
and that also but I keep saying it every satsang. It
There's
feel
another.
it's
Tell me, I don't know.
that it's seen. It's in the scene, the senses and the
Yeah, it is in the
Yeah.
scene.
yeah.
And the seer will not be in the scene, except that is in the scene, but in this multiplicity. So, you know it's in the scene. So, if you can see something, there must be a seer. Otherwise, you don't see. I am the seer. And for a moment, you can not be attracted or fascinated by the scene. You just leave it for a moment, a split second, said Master. This is realization of the self. That's what I am. in fact. All the rest is the scene, playing on me, playing on that. Tell. No, not tell.
I mean, it's all in the mind, and
What I speak is in the mind.
no, what I speak internally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
I
you
want to
come.
give
Okay, tell me.
I want to give a shape to this absence of everything.
This is the problem. It cannot be caught. So you cannot give a shape. And any shape you give will be in the temporal, ephemeral realm.
And then there's the expectations. Then if it's not a shape, then I should see the shapeless.
Yeah, I know. But now you can laugh about the trick of the mind. It's really tricks of the mind. Or it is even his ability. He can give you experiences about all that, okay. But still in the movie, I am the screen which can allow all that. Which allows all that. And that, when it is said realized, it is not, it doesn't mean I figure out. Realize means what is just obviously that. It's not said that somebody realizes it. It's a self-obviousness at some point. And that's enough to really know what's once for all. So each time you say something, just tell yourself, oh, I'm still busy with the scene. But I come to Satsang to realize the seer that I am. You can forget the word seer, but in the exchange it makes sense. And all our life we are busy with the scene. It's amazing. And that's why this question about being, non-being, and the God and all that is quite unique in all the preoccupation of the scene. But if you have it, you have to solve it. It means you can solve it. You will solve it. Otherwise, why should it come to you? So just observe whatever I utter or believe or whatever, it's about the scene. And I come to Satsang to know actually my real nature is. And that allows this expression. And I am it already, that my mind acknowledges or not. Like this you may give split second more often to yourself. I mean, not thinking. Because it will not be by the thinking which brings you in the apparent world that you will solve it.
But it's also not senses. Or you include that in thinking?
Oh yeah, it is. Thinking means, yeah, senses too. Everything which rises and gives you an experience, I call it mind. So the body, all this system, which is born. What?
It's like I'm not hearing.
The senses are included in the scene, in the movie.
This I hear, but there's still
Ah.
this question of how do I allow for this split second?
Just see that you are always busy with the scene. And then you will be so struck that you have a slight minimum enough moment of being freed from the scene. Ah. That's why the philosophers, they had an intuition. They said, once a day you have to be surprised. What do they mean? When you are surprised, oh, you don't think. You don't think. And at that very moment, it can be the realization of what is. So cherish that more and more. And once you realize you don't make difference, so don't worry. It's not like you will become only a surprise stick fixed. No. No, because there are so many images that better to shoot at them. You are as much yourself as me. So why do you look at me? You can, it's not that, but I want to tell you. It's because there is this fascination with the scene. So with the scene, you expect that the scene will help you. No, the scene will not help you. It's when you suddenly realize, oh, I am already the seer. It has nothing to do with the scene. Yeah? I can tell you thousands of times, doesn't matter. Yeah. No, take.
Why do we desire?
To have an existence. Any desire, you mean? Yeah. Desire is what? A movement. And as it is in time, it creates, it's always better later when I reach some object off, you see. And that's the whole illusion is created. Not an illusion because you can be happy also, you can also suffer and all that with the object of desire. But it is in time. It comes with your birth. And it disappears with your death. So it belongs to the movie. So in fact, to realize yourself, you need not work on your desires to be desireless, for example. You have to work on the fact, I believe that I am only this mechanism. But whatever you can objectify, who is the one who sees, or who feels, or thinks, or experiences? This is the question then. To bring you back to the source from where it appeared. And that source is always here. The desire to live, huh? Because this body is full of these 4 elements and they are engaged with each other and so on, and it creates all this. Not only with humans, with everything. And then in the movie, there is this crazy utopia. I want to be immortal. In the movie.
Hey Ganga.
Well,
Yeah, just feel to share something, because I feel like just now you kind of answered something that I asked you multiple times, and I feel like it was just answered now about this surprise. Because I think for some time this surprise kind of, I didn't know where to put it. And I think one time you said the last words, it says I am that, and then something like this. But in this way, that the whatever the surprise is in words or in wordless, it falls in the realm of time, isn't it? It's just
the surprise.
Yeah. It's in the scene, no?
You speak of surprise in the scene.
Yes.
But when you are in the surprise,
Yeah.
you are not attached to anything.
But yes, but it is still, I can describe what I can describe it.
You will give a cause to it and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how the mind works.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah.
What?
So I was just reflecting on the gentleman, like, so whether the surprise is there or not, nothing has changed in reality.
Well, you speak of something different now, in the sense of if you are no more surprised,
Yeah.
Then I would not speak like this to you.
And also, you know, let's say in my case, when this surprise first came, well, there were many countless moments where there was absence of mind, but they were not registered as anything. So when the surprise came, it's almost that there was this arising thing, registering truly the absence of what I took myself to be.
But that's why it is said, I am that.
Exactly.
It works, you know, it's not like it has to be always like this, but it makes sense that otherwise you will attribute it to something, or you will search how come it came and what does it mean, where shall I place it, and all that, the talk of the mind. But if you are for some reason you can hear, I am that, then that's it, it's over, no?
Well, and also I had a thought that almost, to have this as a belief is like
To have what? A
to have
surprise?
to almost have this belief I am that is almost one step in the right direction. I don't know, it's irrelevant, but anyways.
If it is a belief, it will never work.
But it's better than the belief that I'm somebody.
Who knows?
Yeah. Anyways, that was not important. But thank you anyways.
I think all Arunachal lies with people who say, I am that. You replace a belief by another, it will not work. That's what I say, it's very dangerous to make a teaching. Because then you remove the efficiency of the target of the word. It's all about the way you receive what is said. That's what I say. If you can spare just a moment not to attach yourself to a very dear concept, experience or sense or whatever, all is possible. Because after all, Satsang is said, it's always the same which is said. And it depends how you receive it. Yeah. If you are less busy because of a belief that there will be some result in your the one you know, the one you identified with. If you are less busy of results of something, you may have a moment of complete freedom, and then if at that time something can happen that you realize who you are. It's really a question of, they say, liberation. Liberate yourself. Don't try to save any concept because you don't believe, but this is very strong in somebody, to save a concept. There was someone who left the satsang because he said, oh, the liberation which doesn't bring wisdom in the life, it's not good, I don't follow that. And he never came back, which is all right for me, but I mean, to want to save a concept is not the right attitude. That is sure. So liberation is a big risk for yourself. But what a risk, actually, which is no risk because you are already that. But as somebody, it looks like, oh, yeah. And when the mind has still so much power, let's say after a moment of not grasping anything, when the mind comes back still with some power, he will give a cause or the object of it, and then he will start to work in that direction. Oh, I have to be sattvic, oh, I have to work on this, on that, I have to create conditions for that and all that, which is then he is bound by what the minds think or understood. The mind, even if he rises from a moment of complete liberation, he will never be able to tell anything about it, and surely not good advices.
I guess, but it does notice the absence, no? If in this moment, no, it not sees the absence of.
After that, yeah.
Yeah.
He comments, oh, there was an absence. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they will say, I am, that is absence. And some say, oh no, it's presence. And so on, and so on, and so on. The books are full of it. And nobody is right. It's better to really believe yourself. Never follow, even when someone realized, but he may say something, oh, it's presence, full presence. Then it will create a concept in you. But for you, it will be maybe total absence, which makes more sense. And so on and so on. You see? So, just see by yourself.
Thank you.
There was a fashion, everybody was speaking of presence, then somebody, I don't want to put the name because it's great, but then he said, no, it's absence. Oh, everybody, oh, that's great, it's absence, a better guru. Oh. We have enough of that, I think. At the same time, the one who speaks, he may speak in a way that you understand wrongly. For him, it's good to say this way, but you see, as soon as it is uttered, it can be a concept. This is the problem. Not necessarily for the one who said it, of course.
Yeah, I was speaking my own experience. It's not.
Yeah,
but even this falls under what you're saying. You know, it's still an expression of the mind.
I forgot about your experience.
No, I was just saying, whenever you were speaking, if the mind comes up with something in this moment of liberation, you were saying it could be whatever, and for somebody else they could experience it differently. Yeah. But I'm totally aware that if somebody shares their experience, my mind can chew it and make something out of it. You know?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah,
sure. We love to chew. Our existence is chewing. Hi. So it's right, isn't it? Drinking and chewing and whatnot.
Continuing the idea of the movie, is it part of the character itself to try to make conscious or unconsciously the movie interesting? Is it possible the character doesn't seek for experience or to make it like watchable, the movie, to make the movie?
I don't understand much, I must say.
Okay.
Yeah, if you speak of the movie, yes, it's a movie.
Yeah, but will ever the character stop chasing to make the movie
Change
interesting?
in a way.
Or
a movie, it will be maybe a boring movie afterwards, but I don't think so. Everything is more alive. But you know, it's not about changing the movie or not the movie. It's knowing don't ask me from where do you know that, but at some point it's knowing, even when you are identified in the movie and all that, that it's the movie. And there is no more confusion. If someone asks you in your full identification in the movie, who are you, but not as a, as a real question at that time, you will surely not speak of your identification. And you will not lie. So,
Hello.
hello.
So, where, if it's, I say it is not in the mind, it's not in the myself, like who am I?
Don't try to know where it is. Otherwise you are in your mind. And mind needs a location. And then he will be so clever that suddenly will say nowhere. It's also location.
So, yes, thank you. So, again, every time, yeah, when I want to know about self, yeah, I'm picking up mind.
No. If you want to know yourself, you don't pick your mind. After the mind may speak about it, but after. And if you do it before, you will be fooled, because the mind cannot bring you anywhere. Only in the mind it brings you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, there is sometimes some unconscious willingness to explore for it, but it doesn't work, and at the same time, even this exploration doesn't mean anything because I see it. So
it's the mind.
Yeah.
You see, yeah. The unconscious can, as there is no more lid, to suppress, the unconscious can become conscious and bring things, but it's all mind. Whatever was not there before appears and disappears, it is the mind. So you can include senses, you can include feelings, thinking. What else is there?
Me, like identification.
Yeah, thinking, yeah.
There's nothing left to cling on. So
rejoice. You see, it's interesting. You say there is nothing to hold on. Then I reply, rejoice. In fact, so you have an experience of not clinging. But it's not enough. It's an experience, because when your mind will cling, then you will think what? Oh, I'm not myself. So, at the same time, to tell you rejoice means the belief that I was ever a mind clinging, the experience of not clinging, all that was because I believed I was my mind. Otherwise nothing happened. I rejoice in myself as I always do, always did. You see, not to confuse an experience for it, even though the experience may be needed to remove the basic root of a concept. But no. Yeah, no. The problem is the belief I am a mind. Or a body, of course, but I mean, you see, it's not to make the mind relieved or free or not capturing anything. These are ways to remove, it's a way to teach, to remove what makes you believe I am a mind, but don't fall into the trap of the experience which comes with it. Then it all is fine. Otherwise, the cycle of search and finding will be endless.
Hi, Ganga.
Hey.
So, by coming to Satsang,
Yeah.
I see clear how hard I try to find or meet God with my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
And I get exhausted because I don't get anywhere.
Absolutely.
So
you are God, not as a person. As a person, you are a parcel of God. That's it. And don't search anymore. The problem is that the mind objectifies everything. So when he speaks of being or even God, he objectifies it. While if you just keep quiet, not thinking, you are it. But then, of course, as a person, you also disappear. And that's it.
it's just this.
Yeah. And then he will invent, I'm not worth, I have to pray, I have this, I have to please him. And forget it. Forget it. Okay? you will please what you are much more in not doing anything, not pretending I am something. Yeah? So, be at peace.
Thank you.
Hi, Ganga. Morning.
Hi.
I want to ask something because I don't want it that I hear it differently than it was supposed to be. The word realize, realization has come quite often today. Just want to check. It means that one or another person has seen ultimately everything that's being expressed or what he can experience or see is not ultimately what he is. But that is not like in a continuous way, as I may understand.
No, in the scene, in the movie, you will not be constantly with that experience, sure. It's impossible. Because what is an existence, what is a movie? It is time, as I say, it is movement, changing, and all that. So that's what I say, don't try to realize in the movie. In the movie you may have an experience of enlightenment, of liberation. Now, if the one in the movie takes this effect, this experience for it, he will remain in the movie. If he heard the mind is so surprised or stopped, so he gets this experience because of a previous belief, but in fact is none of the two, none of all that, and then he keeps quiet in himself, that's it. But it's not in time, so we can speak of split second awareness, and whenever it is demanded, it's always available. Otherwise, you are busy in the movie.
Why it's clear. Thank you. Because why I asked that, because my mind clinged to
No,
two words
okay.
that were said.
Okay.
You said even if one is identified or not, there will be no confusion, and I translated it like as in simultaneously being.
Yeah, let's. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this movie, since you were seekers, you may be finders. But then what does it mean? Yes, I know who I am, but it's not always there. There is in and out, etc., etc. We know that story because it's still in the movie, because the experience of enlightenment has been taken for it. Or there was this experience of enlightenment because of the belief I was not. So it's linked. It's in the movie. Once you heard that once for all, it's once for all. And the movie will continue as it has to continue for you, or with long moments of, let's say, experiences of liberation in the movie, or not. And it doesn't change a iota of what is. It's everybody has such a different life. And no life is more real than another. No. So, one of the things I like in Satsang for myself, and it's not only like that, but it's because I allow myself in the movie not to be busy with other things. So I have a beautiful experience of freedom. But I don't, I know it's an experience. And as somebody, I cannot live something else anyway. So what made me stop to search and not to think, oh, I am in, and when I am in satsang, I'm out when I'm in satsang, is because I didn't take the event in my story, in the movie, for it. My master gave me such a good background, and I hope I can deliver the same. That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah. There is nothing else to hear. This is the essential. Thank you very much.